that is a form of leveling up and becoming her. It's becoming who you've always been, and who you are is beautiful. And I don't want society to continually tell us that who we are isn't enough. So leveling up and growing, all of that has been really beautiful, a beautiful process, and I'm definitely an advocate for all of that. But at the same time, it hasn't really brought me peace, and I feel like it took me away from who I am. And I love who I am, and I really want to get back to her instead of becoming her. So you guys know on social media, there's so much videos about leveling up and becoming her and growing and looks maxing and all this stuff that we can do to become our best selves. But really, when you deep it, I feel like it's less about becoming your best self and fitting more in line with what society deems to be the highest level of achievement, the highest level of success, or the highest level of beauty. And for years on this channel, I've made videos about finding yourself, leveling up to a degree, using pop culture to learn lessons and see how we can kind of make our lives better and live the life of our dreams, all that good stuff. But something's happened in the past 3 months that I've discovered about myself, and it's making me feel like that sort of content, both that I've created and that I've consumed, isn't correct and isn't fair to us as individuals. None of this sort of content or information really encourages you to find yourself and to find what it is that brings you joy and makes you happy, like genuinely happy, without the expectation of money, success, or external validation. Really quickly, let me tell you what brought me to this thought of being completely done with leveling up culture. I recently celebrated my birthday, and naturally, I think when you celebrate birthdays, you go through this period where you're just like, I'm not where I want to be in life, and you know, by this age, I thought I'd have this, that, and the other, and I don't. And usually on my birthday, I'm quite good. I'm like usually in a state of gratitude, and I'm grateful to have reached another year. But this year, I was just like, by this age, I thought I'd have so much more. I thought I'd be here. You know, I think I discussed another video that my sister had gone through some boxes in our old house, and I found pictures of my younger self. And I think that had triggered me because I was like, oh, I failed my younger self. I should no way be where I am at this age. So I went through that, and then, you know, I spoke to some people, and very quickly, you know, I was like, okay, you know what, I've got a lot to be grateful for. I've got good friends, good family, I can celebrate my birthday. I kind of snapped out of the mindset that I was in. But I couldn't shake the feeling that, yeah, I might have not achieved the things that I've wanted to achieve by this age. But what was really getting me is that throughout my whole life, I've kind of known my journey. I've known, like, what it is that I wanted to achieve. I've known the direction that I was going in. And this year I've just felt like a little bit lost. I felt like I don't know what the next step is. I don't know what my purpose is if I don't connect it to my work. And I've been really conscious this year to not do that, to not be my job and to not be my career. In fact, I left my 9-to-5 3 months ago. And since then, I've been kind of on a journey of discovery about what I want to do next. But I'm really not interested in having a career in that sense anymore. My interest is in living a peaceful life and being joyful and connecting with nature and living somewhere where I feel like I can just rest and be my true self. But I have found that I feel like I am disconnected from my true self because for so long I've been on this leveling up journey. So to get myself out of this funk, I have been reading, I haven't finished the challenge yet, but I've been reading The Artist's Way by, hold on, I'm going to tell you her name, Julia Cameron. I chose that book because it's kind of like, it's for people that deem themselves as creative, even though I think everybody's creative. And it's also kind of a spiritual book too. For me, I have suppressed a lot of my natural way of being. When I was younger and in school, school wasn't really for me. I could do it and everything, and I could, you know, listen to the teachers and I could do the tests and exams, but I felt so stifled in school. And I remember I couldn't wait to be an adult because I was like, when I'm an adult, I'm going to get to do what I want to do. I really loved movement and I loved dance and drama and PE. I loved all the extracurricular stuff which required you to be moving around and on your feet, and I think a lot of kids are like that because our imaginations are wild when we're young. But growing up, I was also, fucking hell, it's all going off in my car, Jesus, sorry. Growing up, I was a single child for 12 years before my little sister came along. Brat. But no, I'm playing. But growing up, I was a single child for 12 years, which meant also that I had a lot of imagination because I had to keep myself entertained. So my imagination was wild. I would always be dancing. I felt the most free when I was dancing. I went to dance lessons, all that stuff. Then I went to performing arts school to do dance, and then I went on to do a bit of drama. And by the time it came to kind of picking college and university, I applied to dance and drama schools. I didn't get in. It was kind of like, what am I going to do now? I think that was my first taste of not getting what I wanted when it comes to kind of auditioning and trying out for things. So I didn't know what to do. I was in a rut. I was like, okay, maybe the next best thing is like film and TV production. So I went and done that, got in to do that course. And since then, I kind of made that my driving force and my passion for life. I was like, I love video, I love videography, I love the whole process of filming and coming up with ideas and all that stuff. So that's what I went into career-wise. I worked in advertising and worked on kind of helping build ideas out for campaigns, as I've mentioned before. Got quite high up in that industry, had some amazing experiences, but I was never fulfilled. Like, still with that job, even though it was great and had a creative element, I was sitting down, I was like making decks and writing stuff, and that is not me. I am not that girl. I am up and go, and I am a movement person. Sorry, I'm looking at somebody outside my window with their dogs in the rain. Good for you. Good for you. Basically, doing the artist way, you have to do something called morning pages and a load of different tasks, and part of that is speaking to yourself as an 80-year-old, and you know, all that entails, and you know what you'd say to yourself as an 80-year-old. I will do another video on the artist way in the challenge, and I'll do a week by week update on how it's going because it's super interesting. But a part of it as well is speaking to your younger self, and you know, almost like regressing back to your younger self and discovering who you were. And within doing that, I loved who I was when I was a kid. I loved her. Yes, she was shy, or I was shy, I still am. I found so much expression through dance and movement and performing. And it's such a shame now I look at my life, like for the past 15 years, my energy has just been directed in the wrong place. Yes, you have an idea of yourself and who you want to be in the future, and that is beautiful, you know. None of us has to be stuck in the same place. We can always do different things and move forward and develop and grow. Growth is a beautiful thing. But I also think it's important not to lose who you were. Not everybody's childhood was perfect. Mine certainly wasn't. Sometimes people do want to run away from those experiences as a child, but I'm not talking about the experiences you had. I'm talking about what brought you joy, what made you happy, what made you feel like I'm alive. And when we're a child, like, we're so open to different forms of experiences, our imagination is wild, and I really think it's important to kind of go back to that stage and find out what it was that made you happy and move forward with that. Another thing, to have joy and to have peace and to have happiness doesn't always need to bring you an income. What I mean by that is, and this is a lesson for myself as well, I'm getting back into dance. I am taking lessons. I am trying to do aerial skills, which, babe, I've got no upper body strength. It's hard out here. But what I am telling myself is that I'm older. Like, I'm not going to be a dancer at this age. That's a young girl's game. Like, I'm in my 30s now, so I'm not going to be a professional dancer, and that's okay. But what you need to do is incorporate that into your everyday life, because that's a core of who you are. It's a core of your being. And that's what I hope that we're all able to find. We're all able to find that one thing that is a core of us, and don't equate it to money. Don't equate it to any monetary gain. Don't equate it to social media clout. Just do it and just be. And that is a form of leveling up and becoming her. It's becoming who you've always been, and who you are is beautiful. And I don't want society to continually tell us that who we are isn't enough. This where I am is kind of creepy. I come here for like peace and rest, during the day, but it's raining and I'm seeing a lot of little shadows. It's creeping me out. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't want anyone, or you guys, if you're younger than me or even if you're older than me, to like waste years thinking that you've got to be something else, thinking that, okay, this dream didn't work out in the way that I saw it, and just give up on it and try to create something new. If that original dream brings you joy and makes you happy, just do it. Like, do it. It doesn't have to, as I said, it doesn't have to bring you money. You don't have to be a big success in it. But if it makes you happy, continue to do it. Alongside that, another lesson that I am learning, and I've learned this like a lot through picking back up my meditation practices again, now that I can, because I'm not working my 9 to 5, I've got time to reconnect with myself and to get downloads and all that good stuff. But something that has really been resonating with me is to be comfortable in the fear. Having left my 9 to 5 pretty much with no backup plan other than the fact that I am burnt out and I'm fed up and I was about to have a mental breakdown, I have been very fearful in terms of finances. I'm like, oh my God, like not having money coming in, and getting little bits of money coming in here and there, but like not enough. I've been very fearful, and like even this week I had an interview for a job that's paying loads of money but just going back into what I just left. And I was like, okay, well, if I get this money, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that. But I know like after 3 months, I'm going to be in the same mental space that I was before. So what I'm trying to do is to just be comfortable in the discomfort, because that is life. Life comes with ups and downs. It comes with the good times and the bad times. And it truly is about how we react to it. If we are constantly in a panic and constantly in stress and don't learn how to breathe through and remain calm through the difficult times, then life is always going to be this kind of thing of polar opposites where your emotions are always up and down. And to level up your emotional maturity and your emotional intelligence is the best gift that you can give yourself. Yeah, we want to look cute, and pretty privilege gets us things, and being successful and having loads of money obviously allows us to live well in this material world. But what the fuck? There's so much little noise. I'm so scared. And I feel like once we understand ourselves and once we learn to work through emotional hardship, then naturally you're going to look better because you're less stressed. Naturally, more good things will come to you because you're putting more good out there into the world and into the universe. Look up The Artist Way and try and do that challenge. It is a 3-month challenge, so you have to be consistent with it. But it really does open up a new way of thinking. If you're lost in life and you can't figure out your purpose and you don't know what the next step is, I really would recommend The Artist Way. I'm going to do a video on it in a few weeks' time when I finished. Before I jump off, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who's come across the videos and shorts and all that stuff. And I know I haven't been consistent, I'm going to try. But I did want to say, like, on this channel before, I have used a lot of celebrities and pop culture to try and discuss things of like personal growth and development. I kind of want to move away from that because I feel like there's a lot of distraction when it comes to celebrities and stuff. Some of them do have great things to say and they can be very inspirational, so all of that will still live on my shorts. But in terms of long form videos, I just want to have like simple one-to-one conversations like this and talking about real shit. So thanks again so much for watching. I appreciate you. Yeah, reconnect with your younger self and just find what makes you happy and do that. Life doesn't need to be that complicated, and you're already good enough. You don't need to level up too much. You're already good enough. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.